Hi, I'm Neil Snyder. Thanks for joining me for another Snyder Talk video commentary. Today is Christmas Eve 2010, and in tomorrow's Snyder Talk, there will be a special editorial for me, and the title of it is, "Do you want to teach the Christ haters among us a lesson they won't soon forget? Abandon Christmas and embrace Sukkot." Sukkot is the Feast of Tabernacles. I'm going to read that editorial to you, but before I do, I just want to say a few words in general so you'll understand what's on my mind. A lot is going on in this country that Christian people can hardly tolerate. You know that the very mention of the name Christ often provokes ridicule and mocking, and it's getting worse every year. It's time for us to do something about that. That's the bottom line. And I'm going to tell you how we can do something about that in a meaningful way. And again, this editorial will appear in the Christmas Day post for Snyder Talk as a special editorial. There'll be 2 editorials tomorrow. And then if you go to the column on the right of every Snyder Talk post, there's a page titled Snyder Talk Editorials. It'll be available there too. But since this video will be up on YouTube, it'll be ready for circulation in video format beginning today. And I wrote it as if it were a letter from me to you. And I'm going to read this letter I wrote to you. Here's how it begins. I taught business at the University of Virginia for 25 years, and today I'm a chaired professor emeritus at UVA. I spent my professional career teaching business students how to make money. I always told my students about the importance of doing things in a moral and ethical manner, but I'm not naive. I know that greed is the primary motivator in most businesses. That's where Christmas comes in, along with Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, and almost any other so-called special day you can think of. It's all about greed, how to make more money faster. At the root of our celebration of Christmas and many other special day celebrations as well, you'll find a small number of business people, maybe even a single person, who simply wanted to increase sales volume and profits. They chose a day, promoted it, and made a fortune. Christmas is a gold mine for retailers. In fact, most retailers depend on the Christmas season to produce the lion's share of their sales and profits for the year. Take jewelry stores, for instance. They generate 23.8% of their sales during December and 9.2% of their sales during November. Every business has a supply chain, and the businesses supplying jewelry stores benefit handsomely from jewelry store sales at Christmas. In the truest sense of the word, Christmas is about making money. It always has been. As evidence to prove my point, just look at the number of businesses today that have dropped the word Christmas in favor of the word holiday. With growing animosity toward Christians in the United States and with the increasing cultural diversity of the U.S., business people have opted to define Christmas so that it remains the money-making season, the money-making season of the year that it has been for more than 100 years, but they call it by a different name. Well, happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas is a forbidden phrase in government and in many businesses today. From a business point of view, it's the politically correct thing to do, and by saying happy holidays, they expand their market beyond their Christian base, believing that most Christians will go along because they think they have no choice. So far, the evidence suggests they're right. Satan is deceptive and he's clever. He knows how Yahweh feels when we mix the holy with the profane. In that sense, with Christmas, Satan struck gold too. It must amuse him to watch Christians complain loudly about the Happy Holidays slogan, while they are oblivious to the fact that the day and the symbols for Christmas celebration have pagan origins that are offensive to Yahweh. Don't get me wrong. I hope you have a great time with your family on Christmas Day, and I pray that you realize the purpose of Christmas is to celebrate the incarnation of Yahweh, even though we know for a fact that it's the wrong day. Yahweh became a man so he could shed his blood to atone for our sins, and the correct time to celebrate the Messiah's birth is Sukkot, or the Feast of Tabernacles in the fall. John 1:14 says, "And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And we saw his glory, glory as of the only begotten from the Father, full of grace and truth." The word translated as dwelt in this verse actually means to pitch your tent. And that's what Yahweh did. He pitched his tent and dwelt among us. For those of you who are not familiar with Sukkot, it's about pitching your tent with Yahweh and celebrating deliverance or salvation. Do you want to teach the Christ haters among us a lesson they won't soon forget? Abandon Christmas and embrace Sukkot. I know this for a fact. They may hate Christ, but they love money more than they hate him. If Christians in America would simply say, "No more Christmas, now go and have a happy holiday," the response would amaze you. Those businessmen and women who can't find the courage to say Merry Christmas will push pecans with their noses to attract attention from lost shoppers. When they do, our answer should be, "No deal. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." We have a great opportunity to abandon a pagan holiday and to embrace one that is actually ordained in the Bible. In the process, we'll teach the nation an important lesson. Insulting, ridiculing, and discriminating against Christians will cost you something. No shots will be fired, no marching in the streets to attract media attention. Simply refraining from purchasing Christmas gifts will do the trick. The effect will reverberate throughout the economy, and everyone will learn just how important Christians are to the nation's spiritual and economic well-being. Truth is, most businesses can't survive without us, and it's time they realized it. You may have a sentimental feeling about Christmas. I do too. But at the end of the day, I have to rely on what I know. Katie and I abandoned Christmas many years ago, so we know that it can be done. Come join us for Sukkot, and let the rest have a happy holiday. Some of you may think that I'm being facetious. I'm actually not. I'm hoping many of you will take me seriously. If we abandon Christmas, that will send a message that will be loud and clear. And believe me when I tell you this, the people who are mocking and ridiculing us today, they may do it again for a while, but when they feel it in their pocketbooks, they'll stop it. I promise you. It's time for us to do something besides talk and moan. It's time to take action. And besides, Christmas really is a pagan holiday. The Messiah was not born in December. He was born in the fall. And the trappings around Christmas have pagan origins. We know from Scripture that Yahweh is offended by that. So let's don't do it anymore. Let's abandon Christmas and embrace Sukkot. Thank you for joining me for another Snyder Talk video commentary. I hope you take this one seriously, and I hope you join me again soon. Thank you.